Good morning. Welcome to 4 by 8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. We are in our Christmas journal. Let's unwrap this thing and get into it.
I really don't know how this one's going to work. Gingerbread House was from Artsy Advent. That I can handle. Analog is Nighttime, and Hobonichi is Marshmallow. I don't know how I'm going to express those at all. And I have to wait for December Daily, Aunt Allie Edwards, because she's not alive yet on the West Coast. But speaking of West Coast, while I'm here, I try to keep track of the fire. And also, because I'm going into a traveler's notebook calendar in the horizontal format, vertical format. This is vertical, but it's this width, pretty much. I've been trying to practice in keeping up my tracking and everything, and that layout. And I like it. I'm getting used to it. But I've been keeping track of the fire. As of yesterday, it's the third largest fire in state history. It's burned 270,000 acres. That is 27,000 football fields, American football fields, if you can picture that. It's been going for 2 weeks. It has destroyed 1,000 structures. This happened mostly in the first week. It has had to evacuate 200,000 people. Now, there are still people being evacuated in the Santa Barbara, Montecito area, which is super elite, most of it, as that's where Oprah has a house. I mean, huge. Rob Lowe, Ellen DeGeneres, huge, huge. It is 45% contained. 18,000 structures are at risk right now. 18,000. It is, in the dollar figure, it has cost over right at $100 million to fight 8,000 firefighters. 2016 was the highest damaged record, highest damage from fire on record. 2017 doubled that record, doubled it. It's just crazy. I don't know if it's still on there, but there's a real interesting Netflix documentary about the California wildfires. Very interesting. And the man that is in that documentary, I think it was done in 2016, is still the head of the Cal Fire division of state government. It was really interesting. That's my soapbox for the day. So, okay. Enough of that. I love how this turned out. But today, we are going to have to be a little imaginative, I think. And I have this cool thing from tissue paper, the wrapper around the tissue paper. And it just happens to fit right here. Now, one side is blank. This side. I'm going to leave this red. And these are pages that I added to this insert so that it would be enough for 30 days. 2-page spread for 30 days. It's getting bad when you can't throw away the tissue paper wrappers because, ooh, that could go in my journal. And Kurtie noticed in the beginning and all of last year, I had a color page that I was working on. And every day I would add something new to it. I just couldn't keep up with it. It was adding extra. Okay, what day am I working on? This goes here. And that I could do ahead of time. And I was coloring a segment, because each day I added to it. Coloring that day, taking a picture, and then I could color another day, add to it, take a picture, add to it, take a picture. But then I got confused on which picture needed to go up. And I'm already confused because I'm not sure. Okay, today is what is today? The 19th. And I think I'm already off. Okay, 18th would be right then. I don't know. By this time of the month I get confused as to where I am and what my name is. And what holiday are we on? It's just like, oh. So, nope, I gave up on the coloring book page pretty early on. First of all, my granddaughter took the first one I started, and I had a whole week done, and pictures and everything. And she took it, and I still can't find it. And she's got a great stash of stuff somewhere. She might have my post-its. I still can't find them. I know where they are. I think in a box that I haven't unpacked. There's 2 gigantic boxes I have not unpacked when we had to redo this room. But Halloween started right in, and I went right into Christmas decorating. So 2 boxes got put on the back burner, and I think that's where my washi tape is. Speaking of the granddaughter stashing things, she is adorable, and I let her play in here with me quite often when she's here. Sometimes she gets recorded, most of the time she does not. But she is on Santa's naughty list. She did lock their cat in the freezer, or refrigerator. I don't know for how long. But when you hear that, the first instance you laugh, and then you think, oh my goodness, that cat. Oh my goodness, what made her think of that? Oh my goodness, why did she do that? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. She's old enough to know better. So don't laugh at her, even though at first it sounded kind of funny. Okay, Lord have mercy. Gingerbread, analog, or nighttime and marshmallows. I think I'm just going to go to these coloring books. Thank God for these coloring books.
All right, after some major flipping and major looking through every little book that I own, you would think I would know the order of these things. I finally have a game plan. This blue page in Daphne's Diary is gorgeous, but I go with in Daphne's Diary this little winter scene article, and it has a gorgeous tiny little studio. That is gingerbread to me. Gingerbread, I don't know if it's any other parts of the world, but old Victorian houses that have a lot of scroll work on eaves or wood trim on porches and things like that. It's called gingerbread here. A lot of the houses in San Francisco and the areas where I grew up had a lot of gingerbread. So to me, it doesn't have to be food, it can be trim on houses. And this house, set in this gorgeous scene of snow, has some gingerbread on it. And I would love, with a gigantic fire or heater, be able to be in that beautiful studio and working. But alas, I'm here in my little tiny bedroom that does have brand new floors and brand new subflooring and brand new paint, and working and having the time of my life. So I was going to try to put this over the seam, the spine, but in hindsight, my spine is getting curved, as it always does. So this point of the game, I think I'm just going to narrow the walls down a little bit on my little gingerbread cottage and go for it. And I'm checking again. No, I was trying to find marshmallows. I found this creepy character. I don't know what. I guess his name is Marshmallow. And I decided to add a vellum in my spread for today. And I found a picture of Marshmallow and I was printing it, except there's something wrong with the printer, so it's not printing. Ugh. So I have to come up with an alternative plan for Marshmallow. I still don't have anything for nighttime or whatever the prompt is. That's something to do with nighttime. I washi tape my vellum down and I regroup on Marshmallow and nighttime. And I go back to an old standard, children's dictionaries. I cut out the definition of marshmallow and nighttime. Well, around Marshmallow was marshland, and in South Carolina, a lot of our land is marshy. And I left that in, and I was just going to put them up there, and then I thought, wait a minute, I have all these gorgeous tags that I'm trying to create bunches of layers, and I use that one on nighttime, and then I am going to trying to still figure out how I can put that snowy scene in there, and I think the snow looks like marshmallow, but it doesn't really transfer accordingly in the spread. So I go with marshmallow in the dictionary, and lo and behold, it was in the dictionary. So I cut that out, but I included marshland. And just to pay homage to South Carolina, the geographic area in South Carolina, half of our state is marshland. Um, Not the state that grows the cotton, though, which will come up. Now, the back of that journal card has writing on it because it was a Christmas card last year, but it says, Merry Christmas, love Uncle Bill. Everybody has an Uncle Bill, including me, and he's my favorite uncle. He's my only uncle living. And so that, I love the fact that he's in my journal now. That's kind of sad. He's my only uncle. My mom was an only child, and my dad's two sisters have passed away. So yes, I have one uncle left, Uncle Bill, and he's an amazing man. Just got home from France though. Ooh, I wanted to go so bad. Anyhow, okay. Focus, 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 focus. And now I am searching and waiting for Allie Edwards to wake up. Okay, she is now awake. I have a game. Well, I sort of have a game plan. I went back through the Southern decorating magazine that I have there, Country Home, and I found a cotton wreath, a wreath made out of cotton balls and ivy and holly. And the way Allie did hers today is a page that her children helped her with in their idea of journaling at Christmas, and she cut their picture in half and made this little tiny tip in that she put journaling underneath. Well, I'm replicating that with a picture of a cotton wreath. And as I was putting this all together, struggling with getting it even again, realizing I had one upside down, fixing all that, struggling some more, gluing it all down, leaving a door to open so that my journaling will be underneath, I thought, cotton wreath, cotton. Cotton looks like marshmallow. Cotton and marshmallows. Marsh like marshland. This whole entire spread, all in my head, all fits together now. And that's working intuitively. And I think I even talk about this. But I think I can say it more than once. And I love the magic of how that happens. I love the magic of all of that in my journal every day.
This is why I work intuitively. I think I'm using that word right. When I let the process dictate what I do. Allie Edwards had her prompt, and it was about her daughter journaling in her December daily and her process, and she took a picture of her working and then made a flap. This is all on her site. Made a flap and talked about what she was doing. Or I guess her daughter wrote it. I'm not sure. I have 2 full days of granddaughter stuff. And going through that Southern Home magazine at Christmas, I found a cotton wreath made out of cotton and greens and holly berries and things. And for one thing, it brings me to where I live now, where cotton used to be king, is what they called it. And not this past weekend, just a day or two ago, but the weekend before that when we were at the beach, I picked some cotton along the road because it had already been picked by combines and things, but that leaves a little bit of a straggle behind. And this man's field was right up against the road. My husband pulled over. I went out there and grabbed a little bit for myself. I'm going to try to insert a picture here.
Okay, I pulled a tiny bit of it apart to put it in a pocket protector.
So I said, all right, I'll talk about cotton and what we did last weekend. And I wrote just a few facts. But when I got down to the end, I'm like, good grief, that looks like marshmallow. Marshmallow was Hobonichi. What comes around goes around. So that had to be done. The last thing I need to do is put some kind of like open tab. And even though it's on vellum here, and I'm going to cover up my, quote, gingerbread house a little bit, I'm okay with that. And I might move this, actually, because it looks kind of funny sticking up there. And put it somewhere like that. adhere this to this. And today is the 18th. So this must be 17. I don't know how I'm so off kilter here. I'm going to grab this. This might be the tab I use. I don't want to cover up the wreath. That's why I would love to work intuitively. So I'm going to end this video here, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. So thanks for watching. You can catch me on Instagram here, and these are the prompts I'm playing with, and I will see you all tomorrow.